This warm weather means lots of boating for many of you in the 701.
So it's important to keep your boat ready for the river, and we get some tip-top boat tips in this week's Home Improvement brought to you by Aero Service Team.
Good morning. I am on the river. Well, no, I'm not on the river. Where are we here? A bay.
We're in Lakewood.
We're in Lakewood. And I'm with Sean, and he's with Open Water Marine in Mandan. And I don't know, I'm sure you probably agree with me when I say this, that for some people, the water is a home away from home.
Exactly. We love being on the water. We love helping people get on the water and stay on the water and having fun on the water. You're exactly right. It's a home away from home.
Well, with like anything, right? Like it takes a little bit of maintenance and care. What are some tips that you could give our viewers for maintaining your boat?
Well, there's a lot of big things that you can do, but also a lot of little things that really can add up and be very costly if you don't take a look at them. This time of year, it's nice and warm finally. We have summer in North Dakota. Yay, that's awesome.
Woo!
But unfortunately, what comes with that is algae growth.
Okay.
So if we have our boat parked in the marinas, what we're going to notice is a lot of algae growth on the tunes, the hulls of the boat, and even the motors. So it's recommended that we store our boats with the motors up and out of the water.
Okay.
But if chance you do have your motor stored in the water, it's good to trim it up and take a check at the lower unit area of it to make sure that there's no algae buildup getting on the water intake. Because if we can't get water into the engine, then it can't cool. And if we ain't got a cooling engine, just like your car, if it ain't cooling, it's going to overheat and we're going to have issues that are very costly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great tip. You had talked about ropes, and that seems so like, why would you even think about your rope?
Exactly. And you know, that is one thing that's really, really overlooked. But the last thing we want is to come down to the marina and see, where did our boat go? Or where did that dent come from? Well, if the rope is starting to show signs of aging, wear, and tear, some of these ropes, when we put the boats in and out for customers, they're 5 and 7 years old on some of these boats already. Okay. And they're starting to show signs of chafing, tearing, aging, and one little tug on some of these ropes, they snap. You know, yes, they're tied in here really secure, but we don't want our boat floating away. You know, a simple little $2 rope, it can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage. So it's good midsummer to check those ropes over, kind of run your hands over, make sure you don't feel any, flat spots or tears, or you're not seeing it fray.
And then what is your third tip that you have?
Well, one last thing is it's really not really thought about until the end of the year when we pull our boats out, or if something bad were to happen, and that's the propeller. We do go boating on the river and on the lake, of course, but the propeller is the most important thing. It's just like the tires on our vehicle. It's what propels us forward in the water. So we need to make sure that we're not missing chunks out of it. It's not damaged. It's not, out of balance, but just a quick visual inspection, making sure that it doesn't look bent, chips or chunks taken out of it is really important as well. Because if that prop gets out of balance or damaged at all, it can cause internal damage to our lower unit on the motor, and you can cause an oil leak, which we don't want oil leaking in the water.
Well, you don't want to break down in the middle of the river.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen either. We don't want a lockup scenario or any issues regarding that. So if the prop's out of balance or missing pieces, it can cause some serious damage in the future. And that's one nice thing is we don't have to worry about buying a new one. We can fix them. Open Water Marine, we're the only dealership in the state of North Dakota that fixes propellers.
Well, that's kind of a fun little fact.
It is, yes.
Well, and then I'm sure there's some people out there, this is good and dandy, but I don't actually own a boat. I don't go on the water. I heard that you actually have a way to get on the water.
Yes, we do. We got a very economical way to be on the water. We rent boats and pontoons. So the boat we're sitting on right now is one of our rentals.
It's very nice.
It is. And the nice thing is, too, you don't have to worry about backing up a trailer. You don't have to worry about driving it to where you're going to go. They're on the Missouri River here in Mandan. Okay. You come down, get on the boat, and away you go. Super easy. There's a GPS you can follow to not have to worry about hitting anything. It's super simple.
Well, you've just taken the guessing work out of all the things.
We try.
Right? Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Definitely. It's been a pleasure. It's always fun to be on the water with somebody.
And if somebody has questions or concerns, they can just reach you, call you.
Yeah, you can Google us. We're on Google. Check us out that way. You can go on our website. Phone number's there. Get a hold of us anytime. And we're more than willing to help you out anytime, day or night.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sarah.
Back to you in studio. I think I'm going to stay here all day.
Okay, Sarah, invite us next time. We want to have the whole show out there. This has been our home improvement brought to you by Aero Service Team.